it's a well-known fact. It's not exactly breaking news that people who do what I do for a living, compared to people in the real world, get paid too much money. You know, we've got jobs that people would kill for, or we get to do things that people would pay to do if they could afford it, and sometimes those things aren't even available to buy. Most of us work part-time anyway, so just pay us less. That's what I would do. It's not rocket science.
BBC star salaries revealed. Live wages of top earners published, revealing shocking pay gaps between men and women. The BBC will reveal the names of all stars earning over £150,000 today. There are 96 employees on the list, with only a third of them women. The salaries were due to be published at 11 a.m. but Piers Morgan began leaking the details. Chris Evans and Gary Lineker are among the top earners, and both have already taken advantage of the BBC breaking protocol and allowing stars to defend themselves. Radio 2 presenter Evans has already gleefully declared he is paid more than the Prime Minister, with Match of the Day host Lineker also getting his defence in early. Strictly's Claudia Winkleman earns £100,000 more than co-host Tess Daly. Strictly Come Dancing's Claudia Winkleman earns more than her co-host Tess Daly, the annual BBC report shows. Winkleman, who presented Strictly's spin-off show, It Takes Two for 6 years, took over from Strictly stalwart Sir Bruce Forsyth as co-host of the main show with Daly in 2014. Winkleman falls into the multi-genre salary band, which means she has drawn earnings from various BBC programs and not just from her work on Strictly. She also presents a weekly show on BBC Radio 2. The multi-genre category also includes the BBC's top earner as listed in the figures, Radio 2 presenter Chris Evans, who was listed as having earnings of £2,200,000, £2,249,999. Winkleman is listed as earning between £450,000, £499,999, whereas Daly, who has been a co-host of Strictly's Main Spectacular since 2004, is listed in the TV non-scripted, factual and entertainment category as earning between £350,000, £399,999. This is the second pay bracket below the top earner in that category. Strictly Come Dancing judges Bruno Tinioli and former head judge, Len Goodman, are listed in the £200,000, £249,999 category. Strictly judges Darcy Bossell and Craig Revel Horwood are listed in the next category, with earnings of £150,000, £199,999. The gender pay gap revealed in full. Several examples of the divide are below. Q. Edwards, £550,000 to £599,999, earns £200,000 more than Fiona Bruce, £350,000 to £399,999, John Humphreys, £600,000 to £649,999, earns £400,000 more than Mishal Hussain, £200,000 to £250,000, Gary Lineker, £1,750,000 to £1,799,999, on well over £1.5 million more than Claire Balding, £150,000 to £199,999, Derek Thompson, £350,000 to £399,999, earns more than double of Gillian Tailforth, £150,000 to £199,999, Nick Knowles, £300,000 to £349,999, earn £150,000 more than Melgai Droik, £150,000 to £199,000 Matt Baker, £450,000 to £499,000, on £50,000 more than Alex Jones, £400,000 to £449,000. Casualty actor Derek Thompson is the top earner in the scripted TV, drama and comedy category, ranking above stars such as Danny Dyer and Peter Capaldi. Thompson, who has played the character of Charlie Fairhead in the BBC One medical drama since its inception in 1986, earns between £350,000, £399,999, the figures from the corporation's annual report reveal. Co-star Amanda Mealing, who plays Dr. Connie Beecham, is instead between £250,000 and £299,000. Dyer, who has played EastEnders pub landlord Mick Carter since 2013, ranks in the same salary band as Capaldi of £200,000, £249,999. Chris Evans on £2.2M, £2.25M, followed by Gary Lineker on £1.75, £1.8M. These are the stars in the top 10 salary bands, revealed in the report. Chris Evans £2.2 million, £2.25 million, Gary Lineker £1.75 million, £1.8 million, Graham Norton £850,000, £899,999, Jeremy Vine £700,000, £749,999, John Humphreys £600,000, £649,999, Hugh Edwards £550,000, £599,999, Steve Wright £500,000, £549,999, Claudia Winkleman £450,000, £499,999, Matt Baker £450,000, £499,999, Nikki Campbell £400,000, £449,999, Andrew Marr £400,000, £449,999, Stephen Nolan £400,000, £449,999, Alan Shearer £400,000, £449,999, Alex Jones £400,000, £449,000, Fiona Bruce £350,000, £399,999, former Top Gear host and Radio 2 presenter Chris Evans is the BBC's biggest earner, according to the figures revealed in the corporation's annual report. He is listed in the multi-genre band as having earnings of between £2,200,000, £2,249,999. Only one-third of the list of talent earning over £150,000 are women, with the top names being men. Evans is followed by Gary Lineker on £1.8 million, with the top 10 paid around £9 million in salary between them, but Claudia Winkleman is the only woman among them on up to £499,000. Piers Morgan blasts shocking BBC gender pay gap. Piers Morgan has blasted the shocking BBC gender pay gap and claimed that Good Morning Britain is a shining example of women dominating. He loves causing conflict between ITV and the BBC, so he was feeling like a kid on Christmas Eve before the reveal of the BB's biggest earners. Bosses have been forced by the government to reveal what stars are paid, and Pierce was on hand to expose the highest-paid stars on Twitter before the annual report was released. He is constantly mocking BBC breakfast host Dan Walker over falling viewing figures, so was delighted to reveal his rival earns £200,000 to £249,000, or 1/8 of a Lineker. The top 5 earners, which were leaked by Good Morning Britain co-host Piers Morgan, were Chris Evans, £2.2 m 2.49 meters Gary Lineker, £1.75 m 1.79 meters Claudia Winkleman, £450, £000, £499,000 Graham Norton, £850, £899, Claire Balding, £150, £199, The figures reveal the top-earning man, Chris Evans, reeks in up to £1.5 million more than the top-earning woman, Claudia Winkleman. Chris Evans gleefully declares, "I'm paid more than the Prime Minister." Chris Evans this morning gleefully declared, "I'm paid more than the Prime Minister," as he was grilled on his £3 million a year BBC salary. The Radio 2 DJ also agreed he was paid too much when he was asked what he thought about sound engineers earning £16,000 a year while he sits on mega money. He responded, "What about nurses? I agree with you." When asked if it was fair, he earned more than 20 times Theresa May's £140,000 wage. The ginger jockey laughed and boasted, "Well, I am paid more than the Prime Minister." BBC rivals oppose wage reveal. The move has been opposed by the BBC's commercial rivals ITV and Channel 4. Because it is likely to drive up wages for talent across the broadcasting industry. One source said, "This could cause carnage among the BBC staff, with everyone knowing what everyone else earns. Agents will be up in arms and demanding meetings all over the place. It's a huge headache for everyone. And who benefits really? No one." The BBC is more conservative with its pay packets than other TV employers, but it still has to be competitive in the marketplace, otherwise why would the top stars want to work there? Now the public will view them all as overpaid prima donnas, but really their earnings are dictated by market forces. And for anyone looking to poach a BBC star, this is a dream. They know exactly how much to offer in order to lure them away. Chris Evans is expected to head the wage list, getting up to £3 million for TV work in his Radio 2 breakfast show. Evans was the BBC's highest presenter last year because of his stint hosting Top Gear, which ended when he quit after one series. His next pay packet will reflect his remaining role as the host of Radio 2's breakfast show, which gets more than 9 million listeners a week. A list of 96 on-air presenters, entertainers and actors who earn more than £150,000 a year will today be listed in the BBC's annual report. But none earn more than Evans' £3 million, a far cry from a decade ago when Jonathan Ross was paid £6 million a year to front his BBC One chat show. The figures also reveal that 2/3 of the highest-paid talent are men, with just 1/3 women. Among these are Claudia Winkleman, paid just under £500,000 for her roles on Strictly Come Dancing and Radio 2. Top earners should be able to defend their pay. A source at the BBC told Mirror Online that there's no reason stars shouldn't be able to defend themselves. They said, "The BBC will be defending the amounts we pay in a highly competitive market. But if someone's getting criticism about their pay, why shouldn't they be able to defend themselves as well?" Shadow Culture Secretary Tom Watson said people shouldn't be surprised by what top BBC earners are paid. He said, "The BBC is one of the world's greatest broadcasters, and we shouldn't be surprised that its top stars, who millions of people tune in to watch and listen to every week, are well paid. Labour recognises the BBC's dilemma, the need to give licence payers value for money while operating in a competitive commercial environment against other broadcasters who do not have to disclose that they pay. It's wrong that only a third of the BBC's highest-paid stars are women, and we welcome Lord Hall's commitment to close the gender pay gap by 2020. It would be good to see a similar commitment, and similar levels of transparency, from other media organizations, especially those who are criticizing the BBC today. BBC Workers' Union says pay gaps between top earner and other staff is unjustifiable. The union representing low-paid production workers at the BBC is stepping up demands for a minimum salary of £20,000. Becta said it was unjustifiable for the corporation to focus on the earnings of those on more than £150,000 when thousands of engineers, technical and other production staff were paid a fraction of that amount. Jerry Morrissey, leader of Becta, now part of the Prospect Union, said something should be done about low pay. He told the Press Association, "We have had a claimant for 2 years for a minimum wage of £20,000 rather than the current £16,000. It is totally unacceptable that the BBC is prepared to pay senior management and others many times that amount. There should be a lot more focus on giving low-paid staff a decent living wage." Mr. Morrissey said more than 2,500 production staff were paid less than £20,000. BBC pay reveal could prompt questions from the government. Damien Collins, chair of the Culture, Media and Sport Committee, warns figure reveal could create a serious issue. Speaking to Sky News, he said if today's unveiling shows that people with the same level of experience are being paid differently, government will question BBC. He said, this could be a really serious issue. If it becomes clear that people doing the same job with the same level of experience but being paid at very different levels, people will question why that can be the case. There has been concern raised that we may see examples of this. This would certainly be a very serious matter. This would certainly be something we would take up very strongly with the BBC when the Director General and the Chairman appear before the Select Committee in the autumn. Conservative MP John Whittingdale, if someone earns equivalent of 1,000 households license fees put together, public deserve to know. Conservative MP John Whittingdale, who brought in the requirement for the BBC to publish salaries when he was Culture Secretary, told Today, "This is not about saying people working at the BBC shouldn't be paying more than £150,000. There are people who I think the license fee payer will think are good value for money at that price. But I felt, and the government felt at the time, that this is public money, and if somebody is earning the equivalent of 1,000 households license fees put together, then the license fee payer deserves to know about that and reach a judgment for themselves of whether that is good value for money." Mr. Whittingdale insisted the motive was not to exert downward pressure on salaries, it was about accountability. It was about expecting the BBC to be able to make the argument as to why they felt that certain individuals were worth that. Speaking ahead of the announcement, Director General Lord Tony Hall vowed to close the gender pay gap by 2020. Lord Hall acknowledged that there was a 10% gender pay gaps between women and men at the BBC, but said this compared with 18% in UK society as a whole. And he said, "I have said that by 2020 we will have equality between men and women on air and we will have the pay gap sorted out. Equalizing pay will have to be managed within the constraints of the BBC's overall budget," he said, adding, "We will be working through case by case to make sure that in 2020, I will be able to look the license fee payers in the eye and say we have equality of pay between men and women." In a video message to BBC staff, Lord Hall said the disclosures highlight the need to go further and faster on issues of gender and diversity, but said that the corporation was pushing faster than any other major broadcaster. Liberal Democrat Deputy Leader Jo Swinson, a former Equalities Minister, said she hoped the publication of salaries would galvanize the BBC to close the gender pay gap. Swinson told Today, "It is undoubtedly the case that the BBC had made strides in recent years to stop having programs with just male voices being heard. It's not very long ago that was pretty commonplace. Yes, they have made progress, but there is still a long way to go and there shouldn't be any complacency. Just being better than competitors is not something in itself that is sufficient. Eliminating the pay gap has to be the aim, and doing it as quickly as possible. Big BBC stars are paid at discount rates compared to rest of market. Big BBC stars are paid at discount rates compared to the rest of the market," the corporation's Director General has insisted, as he prepared to publish the salaries of top-earning talent. Speaking ahead of the announcement, Director General Lord Tony Hall said that the total pay to top talent was around £5 million down on last year's £31 million. And he said he was satisfied that all 96 named were worth what they were being paid. Match of the Day presenter Gary Lineker, who was one of those expected to feature on the list, revealed that he had turned down higher pay offers from commercial broadcasters. Writing on Twitter, the former England striker said he had stuck with the BBC because "I love and value my job in BBC Sport." Lord Hall described the publication of top salaries, which was opposed by the BBC, as a bad idea because it could tempt other broadcasters with deep pockets to poach stars, creating an inflationary effect on pay. BBC to reveal the names of all stars earning over £150,000 for the first time. The BBC is to reveal the names of all stars earning over £150,000 today. Details of 96 stars' pay will be revealed in £50,000 bands. But Lord Hall said it was very, very difficult to compare the rates paid to different individuals, as the responsibilities may vary widely even if their on-air roles are similar. The BBC says the £150,000 plus salaries represent less than 0.25% of its talent contracts last year. Along with Match of the Day presenter Gary Lineker, stars expected to feature on the top pay list include newsreader and Antiques Roadshow presenter Fiona Bruce and leading journalists such as Andrew Marr, Job Humphreys and political editor Laura Quinsberg.